Hello!
We're back.
We are back. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Some technical difficulties there. But before we continue, can you confirm? Can you hear us? Can you see us okay?
That's nice.
Ground control to major YouTube.
I'm going to check on here as well to make sure we're working. Ignore the thumbnail, everyone. Yes, look, I could see us live. Liveception.
Oh, this is weird.
Well, I'm Lawrence. I have James to my right, Chef to my left, and to my far left, we have Fletcher with us today.
Hello.
For our third live lodge update. How exciting. So we are now into effectively towards our fourth stretch goal to upgrade our streaming equipment, which would be pretty amazing.
And needed, apparently.
Yeah. Obviously do.
And by streaming equipment, that means upgrading Beard, because he's our hyperdeck person today.
Yes,
he is the stream.
He is the disembodied voice.
Yeah.
The person behind the curtain, the wizard behind the curtain, so to speak. So
I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So the way this will work, guys, is we've got roughly an hour with you. Feel free to ask us questions via the super chats. Any of those super chats will go towards our overall lodge proceedings. I have some little updates for you this week. We started to get some quotes back as well. So in terms of the building work and so forth, so we can talk to you a little bit about that. Plus, also about an hour ago, we released the new league announcements. And here is the championship belt up for grabs at the end of this year.
Soon to be mine!
It's very, very exciting indeed. We've already filmed the first match, and another match is happening tomorrow.
Yes.
Obviously won't give away anything at the moment. It's very, very cool. All of the details on how that league will be running is in the video that we've just released here on YouTube today, so be sure to check that out.
Very exciting. It is.
It's amazing. It sure is.
I get to play a game.
You do get to play a game because you're part of the league.
We've allowed Fletcher to participate out of the goodness of our hearts.
Yeah, that's
so he rewarded us by going, I'm going to take Tau.
Yeah. He stole my army immediately. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your army, though.
Yeah,
this is true.
The Farsight Enclaves.
Yeah.
It's very
they
exciting.
are beautifully painted.
Very spicy.
So
Katie and I have been
very
furiously painting up our armies
Yeah.
for the deadline.
Yeah. So that's it's very, very good. And do you want to reveal what you're going to be using?
Yeah, why not? I'm taking the Grey Knights for a spin. Well, I say for a spin. I do like the Grey Knights. I've been spinning them many times recently. We've been doing a lot of experimenting with it, and I think I've got a secret source that should hopefully lead me to victory. We'll have to see.
Yeah, because these games are competitive, so we are trying to make the best armies we can. But in order to level the playing field and actually, I think, make it a more true experience for you guys in terms of our own development as well, is we are faction locking for the season. So we are stuck with the one army. We can change that list. There are some rules around that as well. We have to get it locked in by the time we get to the finals, of course, because otherwise you can, tailoring could happen. We're obviously not going to tailor here. But we've got some rules in place, but it is very cool that we stick with the same faction throughout.
It's really cool.
It's good to develop, and, perhaps through advice from you guys as well. You might say, listen, why aren't you running these units? Or what about these secondaries with that style list, etc. So it's very, very exciting. I've really enjoyed the first match.
You get to really spend a lot of time with that army and sort of push it to its boundaries and see what it can do. So it's been, it is just really exciting.
Yeah, and it's an updated format as well, and you're going to see some really, really cool stuff. But I think we've got some nods happening from behind the deck. Do we have some questions?
We have an early question.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So if anybody in the chat wants to get involved with asking the team some questions, you can do so in the super chat. The first one is from Richard Coates.
Hello, Richard.
Hello.
It's a question for Fletcher. And the question is, how excited are you about the new Kroot?
Mate,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. I'm getting that kill team, and I think I'm going to mix them into my existing group, just purely for aesthetic reasons, because they are some beautiful models. And it's about time, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, no, they are gorgeous models. Because the Kroot are actually they're original models from when the tower's first released.
Yeah.
They are old.
I
Actually,
haven't received
a lot of
any
the
love
range
from
has had an
them.
update. since
Yeah,
then, apart from the Kroot. So it's the first real update for them, I think.
The guy with the bow's cool.
Yeah, I do like the guy with the bow.
The big old Chungus guy. The buff one. He's really
yeah.
Buff one. I don't think I've seen him.
I like they've got enough variation in it. It's a really nicely put together kit. I'm really excited. Controversial opinion, I'd have rather a whole new Kroot army as a sub-faction than squads. out there.
Exodites.
Just throwing it out there.
Like,
Yeah.
You just had to do it, didn't
I
you?
had to do it. I had to
I'm
do
with
it.
you, buddy.
Yeah.
no one seriously wants Leagues of Votan. No one seriously wants squads. So no one.
Sam Weeks, who's a regular guest on
That's
here,
true.
really does. He's looking forward.
He's really into this.
There are people that like
He
it.
got some cool ideas of how he would do it as well. So
He
I
does,
think
yeah.
I am intrigued to see what people do with it.
Yeah.
Like aesthetically.
Yeah, I actually think they will be really
You
cool.
don't really want them, Sam.
He does. He does.
I know he does. He messaged me saying, I will make you like them. I was like, no, you won't. Right, we've got some questions.
Yeah, just a few more before we get into the chat about the league and the lodge. So next comment is from Luke Harding, Luke of Hardingshire.
Sure.
Hello.
Hey, you bunch of bosses, any chance of a zip front hoodie? I've seen the Master Chef wearing them in some battle reports and would love one.
Yeah.
That was like a prototype, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we did have them on sale for a while, and they actually went out of stock. And they're actually done by American Apparel. Actually, it was who did them, but they actually stopped making them. So it doesn't mean that a zip one would be impossible, but at the moment, it's not a product that's available for me to order. So maybe in the future, but currently not, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I paid a lot of points for that prototype system.
So just a few more quick ones. Neil Adam, thank you for the £10.
No,
Thank you, Neil.
No question, but massive kudos to Bard, Jinx and Fletcher for all they've added to the channel since they joined.
Thanks, dude.
Really
Thank
love
you.
seeing
Thank you.
Tabletop Tactics grow. And thank you for abbreviating Tabletop Tactics to 2 T's rather
Yeah.
than 3. Because it's 2 words, not 3.
Well done, Neil. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, it's TT.
PT forever. Next one is from the Mighty Cheese Board.
Hey,
Good
folks, how are you?
friends, the Mighty
indeed.
Cheese Board that created our fabulous demon board. For anyone that's not seen it, there
Absolutely
is a
beautiful.
video available right now on Freeview, and you can see their deliciously excellent demon board on there.
Yeah.
They've said, really excited for the output you'll be able to put out when it's finished. We've already got most of the levels between us, but I want to see the full-on second studio. So here's another £10.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you very
That's
much. Thank you.
good. I also want to apologise for calling the witness Stephen immediately as soon as it arrived. I
Yeah,
apologise.
I don't feel good about this, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
I mean, look, if you throw in enough apostrophes in there, anything looks like a demon name.
That's
That
true.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Sir Tiafin.
So a couple more before we move on. Dale Curtis, thank you for the £5. Spider, are you
Thanks,
sticking
Spider.
firmly to the Flesh Terrors, or can you mix in some standard Blood Angels too? P.S. You are all awesome. Keep up the good work.
You could mix
Thank
in
you.
some
Thanks for
Blood
your
Angel
question, mate.
stuff. All
No.
those special characters you can take.
No, I can't.
All those cool relics.
It sucks. It really sucks. And like most of you that know that my Flesh Terror journey, like I just think that, to be honest, I think that there's some really poor writing in that book, especially taxing the Flesh Terrors for even having the ability to choose a Blood Angel relic. Having said that, it is what it is. I love the Flesh Terrors. It does mean I can't take any of the Blood Angel stuff, but we're cooler than Blood Angels, so there it is.
You heard it here first, folks. Yeah.
And probably nowhere else.
Yeah.
I will, however, be using the Flesh Terror character that is available to me.
Bale.
No.
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 Nope.
Ezekiel something or other. What's his name? Seraph Kazian?
No. No.
There's no one else.
The actual character of the Flesh Terrors.
He's only been on a few times.
The big man.
The big man Seth.
Oh,
You're going to actually use him?
yep.
That seems really weird, people using their actual chapter master as their chapter master.
In a competitive format, it's never been done.
Oh, that's just nonsense. What's
Right.
next, Mr. Beard?
I'm going to whip through these last 3. So that guy, everyone's favourite guy, has
Hello.
just
Hey,
said
man.
obligatory money, so thank you for the £2.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thorns says, sniff, greet man things, beard, skaven comes.
Yes.
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 Yes. My rat beard is super. And then Charles Iselin, maybe. He says, hi crew, any chance of getting a TT dice bags added as a pledge reward?
The TT dice bags.
Dice bags. Do you mean the ones that go on
Outfits.
Our little clippies.
your hip?
I believe so.
Or do you mean just the dice?
I-
So the actual the the Lodge dice do come with a bag, but they're not a hip pouch. So yeah, we can't add those currently just due to stock, and also, truth be told, I think we're really nearly out of the dice, and then that's it. We can't get any more of them. Well, we may even be down to like 10 sets left. So if you do want Lodge dice, you've got
Have you done yours yet, Fletcher?
very little time to get
Well, yeah, gotta kind of do it then.
very nearly out of the Lodge dice, I'm afraid, guys.
Yeah, I don't think we can do any more runs on them, can we?
no.
Yeah. We've already backed up the supplier.
Yeah. Some more questions?
Yes, we got a few more. So Robin Blackwell, with the League Army announcement, does Fletcher coincidentally now have 30 Sanguinary Guard at the top of his painting team?
No, he already did them.
I painted 5 more for you to
Only
make
5
15.
more. Yeah, I'm only doing 15.
Yeah, because that's what exists.
Yeah, that is actually more accurate to the
exactly.
Although it could be, it's debatable that the flesh showers even have any.
Yeah.
But after the Primaris
you know
reinforcements
about.
that we know about, we
yeah.
do know they've had Primaris reinforcements, and in theory, Primaris could become Sanguinary Guard. It's just not been written about yet.
Yes.
We do have ideas for a new unit as well, don't we?
We do have ideas for a new unit, which would be really, really
That is
cool.
true, actually.
I mean, to be fair, that would be sort of semi-competitive rather than ultra-competitive, but I think it would be a good
really
thing
cool.
to have.
I think that's the theme of the army.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It does. It really does fit the theme.
But I am literally the last to hear about anything here. So.
So yes, Robin, thank you for your £10.
Thank you, Robin.
Augusto Fioretti, great name. Thank you for
Awesome
your
name.
€20. Hello everyone,
thank you.
long-time follower here since the kitchen days. Big up
Wow,
yourself.
Yeah,
well done,
kitchen
thank
man.
you.
I hope you are all flourishing. Question for Lawrence, how many times have you thought to abandon everything for slug farming, and how do you feel succeeding? All the best.
I have to admit, it wasn't for slug farming specifically, but many, many times I have gone, oh my goodness, is this worth doing because of the sheer weight of responsibility and all of the work that goes into this. Having said that, it's immense, you know. The joy is watching it grow and working with friends and offering new careers, and you know, I'm really proud of where I've gotten it to. I'm starting in the kitchen with beard all those years ago. I mean, we've come a long way. We have come a long way, and now we're in a situation where we're getting a dedicated venue, a gaming venue, you know, an event space, as well as being a video producer. You know that. We've got some really amazing possibilities ahead of us now, and I think it's awesome because you guys are going to directly benefit from it. You've got a new space being opened up in the UK, which you can come to. We're running events, not just gaming events. You know, we're thinking painting lessons and all of this sort of jazz. You know, we've got a wealth of skills at our disposal here. So it's amazing. It makes me proud. But I also feel like, quite honestly, I'm just getting started. There's so many big things on the horizon, things I haven't even spoken about yet, that, watch this space.
Like the slug farm, we're also building.
Like the slug farm, yes.
Philippe Boulanger?
Hey, how are you,
yeah,
mate?
Philippe.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Thank you for your $13.99 of your finest Canadian dollars.
Thank you.
Congrats on your success. What ideas do you have for talk shows? Would love anything painting or modelling related. Much love from Quebec. Canada.
Definitely do something.
Did you say from Canada?
Quebec, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Not Quebec, Norway.
No.
No. Well, we've already got some ideas about hobby content.
We did.
You will definitely see some new shows, new types of shows from us. There's some very, very exciting things on the way. You won't start seeing them drop until just in the lead up to moving into the new studio. But yes, in summary, yes, there will be shows. Expect, you know, how to build shows, new special bespoke hobby project shows.
Hobby hangouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's lots coming.
Yeah.
John O'Connor, nearly John Connor. Could have
Oh,
been.
yeah, I got that. Yeah.
We were this
Strong
close
name.
to greatness.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think Wrestling Mask Beard will love that belt. You're not wrong.
Yes.
Not wrong.
This is
But
very
we
true.
don't speak of El Beardo here.
Who
War
is
Hipster says demons!
Hey, mate, how are you?
The demons, that is all. Then he says, actually demons? Probably soon, I guess.
Yeah.
The previews will
Hopefully,
be
yeah,
coming.
keep announcing stuff.
We're looking forward to it.
Very good. Well, whilst we're on the subject of the lodge, why don't we talk about that little belt over there, everyone?
Okay, yeah, about the league.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So this is what's up for grabs at the end of this season. So there are a set amount of games that will be happening over the series of the league, and we're going to actually number them in an episodic way. So it'd be quite easy to go back and follow the tournament, if you like, or the league from beginning to end. At the end, there will, of course, be a finals, a semi-finals, and we'll do some playoffs to determine the last place and fourth place, etc. We need to actually get a proper trophy.
We'll just get a wooden spoon and we'll print off one of our faces to stick on it. Whoever claims it for the year.
Nice.
Or you should try and get it engraved or something. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm sure. Laser engrave your name upon the spoon.
yeah. Now this belt will go to the champion.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen here. Okay. And then along the way, we're going to announce some exciting things for the league in general, which will kick off next year, if maybe potentially towards the end of this year as well, but we'll see. But for now, that's how we're going to be doing the league. So we have got something we're playing for, and we are playing with those single factions. So I think you're going to get a really good experience. We are allowed to change the list, as I said at the beginning of this video, but we have a limited amount of changes available. And by the time we get to the semi-finals, we have to be locked in as well.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like transfers.
Yeah,
If you're doing
exactly.
like Fantasy League or something like that.
Because when you get to the semis and finals, you know who you're going to be playing.
Yeah.
So it's to avoid that. And from it, and we touch upon this in the intro to the league, the video that's available here on Freeview, is the whole point of us doing it for a single faction is in an effort to show you our take on competitive without trying to go, I'm going to do this army because it won a tournament a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's not a fair representation of what that army can do when used by a person who's been practicing with that army, rather than just us kind of going, we're going to do a league game with this army versus this army and let's see how it goes. But neither of us have ever used these armies before.
Yeah.
It's not really a good representation.
I think we also represent the more, average hobbyist, which perhaps is interested in tournaments, perhaps does play competitively, but they don't want to go and collect the latest army.
Right.
They're not meta chasing. So what they do is they try and make their army work to the best of their ability. And that's the thing with meta chasing as well. Like, you'll end up spending a lot of money, and your army, I promise you, will always go out of vote. It always will. It might come back in at some point, but you have to be prepared to invest if you want to play on that cutting edge. Whereas I think the majority of people actually want to play with the army they really like, right? And become really good at that with that. So maybe chase best in faction or whatever it may be.
I think hopefully as well, if anything, if balanced data slates come out as well, you'll get to see that player react to those changes as opposed to like, I'm ditching the army now, moving it elsewhere.
Yeah, because it could
be a bit more fluid.
Exactly, because it's fair to say like we've got Katie's running Tyranids, and Tyranids are like super efficient right now. And if things come out in the future to suddenly make them not so efficient, she can't then change and go, I'm gonna take this other new efficient army. So you've got to adapt, and that's cool. I think actually it brings out the best in the players as well, because as you're forced to adapt, it makes actually better generals. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Right, back to some questions. I'm getting a radio voice too.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Really weird hearing myself in my own headphones. Now, I don't want to alarm anyone, okay?
Yeah.
Don't be alarmed.
Not being alarmed.
John O'Connor's been back in touch.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Lord.
His wife is Sarah O'Connor, no kidding.
No way. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well done.
Nice. Well, thank you.
That's a round of
It's
applause.
impressive, isn't it?
You win today.
Unexpected round of applause there for John O'Connor.
Got it?
Yeah, I was with you there. Yeah.
So, Carl Zeris, thank you for your £10. Hi guys, congrats on the upcoming move to the new place.
Thanks,
Shout
Carl.
out to Bard, the main town man. Out of curiosity, has any of you thought about getting a TT mascot model like a Warlord Titan or a Manta?
Ooh.
Manta Lawrence, next project.
Manta would be amazing.
Manta would be really fun. You just don't
So
get to really use it, is the difficulty.
Yeah, it would kind of just be there.
It'd just be
It's
like,
2K
here's my
points,
army.
isn't it?
I mean,
Manta's like 4.
we could do
I think
like
it's
a
2.
bespoke, narrative using
It's a
it.
lot of points.
And again, with the new studios
Yeah.
being a much larger space, we'll be able to do some of these really cool set piece games.
Yeah.
more frequently, you know, like, and potentially do things like 8,000 point games and do some really great cinematic
How
stuff.
much can a warlord kill?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
we'd love to do like 10 mantas versus like 15 warlord titans, but there's a certain practicality, obviously.
I believe that's
these things.
also just called Adeptus Titanicus.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah, we could do it,
But
just
do
on
it
that
big
scale.
scale,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
It would be cool to do one. We don't own any of those models, but yeah, maybe in the future.
maybe one day.
I remember back to a time where I faced the Colonel, who was using a Warlord Titan against my Space Wolves. And you don't really have the same level of epicness when you can see a washing machine in the background.
It's true. It's true.
Slight limitations. Sal Len, thank you very much for the $50.
Wow, thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Sal says, with your dive into Age of Sigmar, will there be a potential for a Path to Glory campaign situated around the
hope
armies
so.
you have chosen?
I would
Yeah.
love to.
Yeah.
Path to Glory is fantastic.
I'd really like to.
Because it is effectively, it's a slow grow. You start off with your one hero, one unit, that's your warband,
Yeah.
and you can only expand it by crushing your enemies before you inherit the lamentations of their women.
Perfect.
That was
Absolutely
great.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So we aim to do, you know, the narrative side to Sigmar as well. We want to cover it like we do 40k.
Yeah.
So, you know, expect not just regular battle reports, but we will do other stuff for it as well.
We need to get settled into the main
Yeah.
game
To begin
first.
with, we're going to go slowly. We've got a limited number of armies, but actually, it's not that limited anymore. And
Yeah, it's growing. It's getting
thanks to you guys, we've already added 2 more to the list, which are the Caradron and the Ideneth Deepkin. So, and then we've actually got some really cool armies. I don't think we've mentioned all of them actually yet. Does
that's a good
anyone?
point.
I think we did
I
mention
think
them
we maybe
in
covered
the-
it
in the live stream. but
Green Bone Reapers?
I don't think we had them at
Actually,
the time.
that's a good point.
So
Yeah.
because we've got a pretty substantial Bone Reaper army as well, and they're really cool and unique. So yeah, we've got some good factions, some good faction representation, and it's expanding quickly. But as we get to grips with the game and learn everything, you'll see us as individuals, you know, having a very small pool, maybe only 1 or 2 armies each. As we get to know them really well and get to know the game really well, so that we can give you the best battle reports.
Be interesting to see over time if we will end up swapping armies. Like if we
you
start
always-
thinking like,
I suspect we
yeah,
will.
you think, oh, I'm gonna like this thing, and
Yeah.
then the more you play the game, you're like, I actually really enjoy this faction.
Yeah, because
So-
like play style wise,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly
I love the look of the models, but I'm not enjoying the way they play.
Yeah.
You know, that is a factor as well. So you might change
that'd
based
be
on
fun.
that. Yeah.
Fletcher, we announced the 13th company Space Wolves last week.
We did.
How do you feel about that? Are you excited?
Yes.
Wow, cool. Keeping it restrained.
Our resident wolfman, yeah.
Yeah, I've been annoying Chef for months in the office, going on about Space Wolves and wolfy stuff. I don't think we're going to go quite down that avenue, but
Oh, you mean you're not going the Horus Heresy helmets and putting them on every single model? But I thought I've never seen anything so well received by the community.
Yeah. Oh,
we've
boy.
got some great ideas, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We're going to make them all like really bespoke and unique.
Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, some of those helmets could work for certain
Oh, I think they
races.
will.
But, yeah, not,
you
not
don't.
on
You wouldn't put
everything,
them on every model.
No, no. We've
Because
got.
I think you've definitely got some ideas on what to do for some of the units.
I want to do
do
a
well
lot of
fighting.
conversions of Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think lots of green stuff work, I think, would be
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah,
very cool.
100%.
Kit
We want them
bashing.
bespoke because it is the 13th company,
Yeah.
so we've got a lot of flexibility.
There's a lot of scope there,
You
which
know,
is really cool.
the vision, and I always loved them from Codex Eye of Terror, which is when they were first. The fluff first went over them. And actually, I think there's some really cool conversion opportunities. Much like with the Flesh Terrors, it sort of made my own Sanguinary Guard, my own Death Company. You know,
So they'll be timeless as well for like
Yeah.
in the future.
yeah.
But also make some quite good, hobby content videos, maybe. Green stuffing with
Maybe.
Fletcher.
Yep.
Maybe. It seems like a reasonable idea to do.
Seems,
Don't know whether we'll do it or
seems
not.
sensible while we're there. Yeah.
And as we don't have a Space Wolf army, I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Well, I mean, we used to have a Space Force army that we borrowed off of someone, but they weren't amazingly painted.
No.
Rubbish.
And then they sold them anyway.
They-
Yeah.
they-
Why?
I did sell them, and it.
And then complained
to be
every
done.
day since.
Yeah.
I'm not having a space wolf party.
That sounds very similar to someone who sold their Emperor's Children army. As soon as you did it, it's like, I made a terrible
It
mistake.
was a terrible mistake. It still is a terrible. Yeah. Anyway.
Look, whoever's out there and is using those Emperor's Children is probably having a great time.
I've got this horrible feeling that they're actually just like
In a box.
just in a
someone's
box,
garage,
maybe
yeah.
broken, sold off in bits. Because you never know the true fate of an army. You hope.
That's
that
really
it's being
sad
used.
thinking about it.
But it's true though, like, because I think if it had turned up, somehow, somewhere, someone would have probably gotten in touch with me. I think imagine someone was regularly using it at the club somewhere, you know, I would expect, because I remember I found the person on eBay that I sold it to, this is years ago now, and I emailed them.
Right.
Via eBay, obviously.
Yeah.
No response, nothing, you know. And it could be, to be fair, their account hadn't been active, no feedback for years at that point.
Okay,
so who knows if they're even still buying stuff on eBay or using eBay. But yeah, the reality is that army's gone forever. It's gone forever.
But it will always live on in our heart.
Right, next, Nick Matthewson, thank you for your $5, but I don't appreciate you stitching me up with this comment. A tutor who tooted the flute tried to teach two young tutors to toot. Said the toot to the tutor, is it harder to toot or to tutor to tutor to toot? Ha ha! I did it! First time, baby.
Sorry,
Thank
John
you.
and Sarah O'Connor. I think you've been beaten by
I should also mention that all of your super chats will be going into the pool of plenty,
Pool of
which
Plenty.
is all going into our lodge fund. So thank you for
Yeah, thank you
everyone who
guys
has
very
donated so far. Ben Verlander says, hey guys, I got into 40k about 6 months ago and was hesitant to keep playing, but found TT, thank you very much, and it made me fall in love with the hobby, so thank you.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you. It's great to hear.
It's always really good when we hear stuff like that because it's kind of
Well, we
it
do
means
it, yeah.
well, it's sort of it kind of justifies the several hours every evening of other stuff that goes on in the background.
Yeah, this is true.
It's look, it's at the end of the day, it's a game, and it's a hobby, and it should be fun.
be fun.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what we do here.
Should
We
be
have
enjoying your hobby,
fun
and we're
with
glad
it,
to hear you are.
Don't take it too seriously, you know.
The Lion Sam says, no question, but just a mahoosive thanks for the 40k edutainment from a fan in Hong Kong. Brackets,
Thank you
never
very
played
much.
a game in my life.
Thank you.
Nice. Hopefully you've patented edutainment. Otherwise,
I'm pretty sure that's been around for a while. but-
Oh, that's a shame. I think he's onto something there.
Benny, all the way from sunny Australia.
Hello.
Is it still
Hey,
summer
mate.
in Australia or is it winter in Australia?
Uh,
I think it's
Yeah,
always
it's-
pretty sunny.
It's basically just still warm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Depends which part of Australia we from.
That's true, actually, too. Yeah.
that is true.
The bugs will still eat you though.
That's true.
Not
It's
for
a
me.
scary place.
Hey team, excited for the return of Cast of Players. Any plans on role-playing in the Games Workshop universes, 40k, Wrath of Glory, AOS, Soulbound, or Old World, Woofrup? Ah, Woofrup.
Ah, Woofrup. I've played a lot of Woofrup, and I absolutely love the system. I think it's really good. It's very elegant. It's very brutal, but you know that's its own vibe unto itself. It's not that we're not going to play any of the other systems. We probably will at some point. The next system is going to be D&D again, and then after that we shall see. But we're going to be carrying on with an already very epic campaign. I know that there's been lots of requests in the past to do like a Rogue Trader one, a 40k one as well, which would be quite interesting. Yeah, leave it with us. What we've got now with the second studio is the ability to film it much more easily, because I'll be honest with you guys, logistically it was really difficult before, you know, with the tavern and everything. It was quite a massive setup. You'd basically lose
Almost a day of
a
setup.
day to
Just to set it up.
and then you would have to film, and then you'd lose another day to taking it down, and you can only get X amount of episodes filmed in a day, so it became very difficult because we also have to maintain all of our other releases, right? So being able to have a space set up for it, ready to go, is now going to make those shows, which is additional content for you guys. You know, that's the beauty of this.
And my favourite thing.
Yeah, I mean, roleplay's just epic.
It's the best.
It's just epic, yeah.
I threw a man into a toilet.
You did.
That was an
You
amazing
did.
moment.
Yeah.
That was one of the moments that happened.
As peak roleplay. We've got some lovely contributions from around the world. So I've been enjoying looking up what these different currencies are. So Alex, who has contributed using Romanian leu,
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Presuming he's from Romania.
Yeah.
Says, big fan of your shows, got into Tyranids because of Jinx and Chaos because of Beard. Looking forward to Age of Sigmar content, even though my wallet is shaking. Well, we appreciate your contribution with your shaking wallet.
Yeah, thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Next up, oh my goodness. Next up,
Catches up, doesn't it?
oh no.
You can do it.
What?
A-gear. If you've got, so this is someone from Iceland. If you have an A and an E attached together, what noise is that? A?
What?
It's A-E-G-I-R.
So it's usually like ale. Like, what is it?
G-I-R.
A-E-G-I-R. A-gear.
I would say A-gear, yeah.
A-gear's
A-gear.
Anyway,
That's right.
Hopefully.
would you guys have a problem with the Chaos Space Marines using a Kratos tank in 40k in a friendly setting?
No.
Really want to paint some gunmetal and hazard stripes. All right, listen to me, A-gear. If that is how I'm
If that is your real name.
why do we not get it? The loyalists have it. Every other tank's available, but not the Kratos.
You're not allowed anything cool from Heresy.
Huh?
You know, like all of your Heresy stuff.
Yeah.
It's very
In a
upsetting.
truly friendly setting.
And truly, Chaos should have more of the heresy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
They are literally 10,000 years old,
Yeah.
using relics of the past, which are now warp infused, etc., etc. So, go figure.
You do you.
Next up, we have Russ L. Pinner, and it's apostrophe EL, and he has a picture of a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Russell.
Did
Yeah.
you see what he's
Star
done
Russell.
there?
Yeah, Star Russell. He's a
Very
legend.
He is a legend.
He is a legend.
Russell says, should the wooden spoon be called Grotty's spoon?
You know what? Actually, it
I-
probably should.
I mean,
it probably should. It should.
should
yeah, but also, you know,
Poor little grotty. What's
yeah,
he done?
but it's Grotty.
It could be a grotty ladle.
He's better than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why.
He's the best of us.
Yeah, but he would have the best time. So you
He'd
know,
enjoy
it's not
the
about
spoon.
coming last. It's
Yeah.
about participating.
I prefer that to what it's inevitably going to be called, and that's the Bard spoon. So, you know, I mean, if we call it the Grotty spoon now, we're going to do
so poorly.
I'm not. I'm convinced. I just have no faith in my dice at all.
You've had a bad run of dice rolls.
I've actually been in an all right run recently.
Well, yeah, and look, you haven't played your first league
true.
game
That's
yet,
true.
so you know you never know how luck can change.
Just switch to the red gem.
No, we're sticking with my purple nurples. I love them.
I think
Come on, boys.
I think someone tried to use the red gem last time, and it was just ones and twos.
They don't. They don't.
really?
They don't listen.
They don't
work
answer
for
to
anyone
anyone
else.
else,
except-
Yeah.
Sean Hurley, thank you for your £10 contribution.
Thank you, Sean.
Have been following you for years, yes. And just want to say thank you for the years of great entertainment and being the mega bosses that you are.
Thank
you very much.
For being the mega boss.
Appreciate it.
Sticking with
thank
us.
you. Julian B.
Hi, Julian.
Hey, Julian.
Julian B. Round question. What is your favourite Horus Heresy Legion? I suppose that would apply to all of the legions and chapters. And also says Bard, Jinx and Fletcher add so much to tabletop tactics. BTW.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, James first. Favourite, please.
Blood Angels, easy peasy.
That was easy, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean, okay, it's Blood Angels for me. I do, however, also love the Emperor's Children because for me they are along with the Word Bearers, the epitome of a real horrific evil. And I think, you know, every good narrative needs that horrible, writhing, insidious evil, and that's what they are. So I like them both. But Blood Angels are my ultimate favourite.
Yeah, White Scars or Alpha Legion. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not
nice.
sure which one I would pick. Probably the White Scars because Khan's a badass.
Yeah, can't
He is a badass.
He's the
He's a very
baddest.
bad man,
He's
yeah.
the baddest dude of
very
all of
cool.
the Primarchs.
Yeah.
Like,
Mine is 2, actually. The
Can't
Space
pick
Wolves.
2.
I'm picking 2.
got the rules.
The Space Wolves.
And the Space Wolves.
Emperor's Executioners, aren't they? I think they're my favourite books as well.
Did they execute anyone though? I don't think so.
Ask the people on Prospero.
What you
Prospero
mean? What,
burns.
that Primarch that they failed to execute.
Oh, look, as far as I'm concerned, Prospero was a farce. Don't get me started on it. Space Force should never have been there. Magnus did nothing wrong, but
They put on their hipster glasses. Actually, I think you'll find it's spirits of Fenris, not warp demons. And everyone else is just like, really? Please continue, Fletch. I apologise.
That's okay, buddy. Second is the Sons of Horus, because I absolutely love the colour scheme,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
I will be painting up my own army after No Retreat.
Are they going to be loyalist?
No.
Like Garviel Locans? Or are you going to go down the old...
Painting up old Horus himself to lead them.
Well, you know what? I don't
was
like
tough.
that. Garvey or Loken was a weapon, and he should have.
Loken
he
is
should have
very cool.
absolutely battered Abaddon if he wasn't in that Terminator armor.
Mate, that battle against Khan when he speared him on the Land Raider. Oh.
Very, very good.
I love Imperial Fists. They're the best. They're really good. Jan Morton Strand
Hello.
contributed with Norwegian Kroner.
Thank
nice,
you very
Krona.
much.
A Wild Fletcher appears. Why isn't he doing anything?
I don't know.
Also,
know.
shout out to Bard for his awesome Oryx on Instagram. Red Ghostbuster.
Thanks, man.
They're
Red
looking
does go
good.
fast. Yeah,
They're
it's-
looking good.
Coming along.
A lot of
exciting.
spines to paint on it now. A lot of spines. But thanks, man. Yeah. Hopefully I'll finish it soon.
You need to.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
soon. Yeah.
Crash test. Can't wait for the lodge to open so I can get revenge on Bard and his pesky Grey Knights. Keep up the great work.
This is after I shot all your dudes in the back. Yeah, that was that was nice and honourable.
Justin Gregory says, "Who wants lore videos narrated by Chef?" Yes, please.
Ooh.
KV Radio
lore
Chef.
video.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a lore video narrated by me, though?
We want a Leagues of
No,
Voltan
but
lore
I
video.
can. I can. Because it will be a rant.
Yeah, like, okay, so, what lore video will get you really into 40k? It's like, the Space Wolves are the 14th Legion or whatever Legion they are. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then you come to me, it's like, okay, here's lore by Chef. It's like, right, so, back 10,000 years ago, Space Vikings, what are they now? Wolfy, wolfy, wolf boys. Which one's cooler?
Wolfy, wolfy, wolf boy.
It's definitely the Space Vikings.
We want
No one wants wolfy, wolfy, wolf
a
boys.
werewolf for us.
Oh, no, we don't. We want
Yes,
old
we
man-
do.
Not this again.
Okay,
Not again.
okay, I'll tell you
This is
what.
a can of worms.
Let's see what's gonna happen
This is
in
a
the
real
chat.
can of worms here.
Werewolf, Russ, pretty basic, right? That's pretty standard. You know, anyone could have come up with that. Old man Odin, Russ,
you went
he's
with Odin,
seen some stuff. He come like imagine he arrives back.
That's cool.
And everyone's just like, you know, the Allfather has returned, and he just goes like, "Get out of my way! I'm going to the vault."
And
Like,
he's got one eye, right?
He's got one eye because he's seen some
Seen some
stuff.
stuff. Or
maybe
not seen some
Well,
stuff.
he's
I
had to
think
give up maybe one of his eyes, like Odin, for knowledge to defeat chaos, right? Now here's where it gets really interesting. You could have gone, oh, he comes back, he's a giant werewolf because it's funny because it's wolves, right? Or he goes back to Fenris and they're just like, Allfather, you have returned. And he goes, yes, out of my way. What are you doing? He's like, I'm picking up the spear. What? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why are you picking up the spear? Because it's about to go down. It's about to get brutal. Old man Odin Russ leaning on a spear, one eye,
Oh, I'm sold.
It's
werewolf.
Look, I agree with
Werewolf.
you. I agree with you. I could have both,
Is a
but
wolf.
I think the only thing with the werewolf vibe is like if he becomes like really feral, we don't want like another
He won't
sort
be
of.
leading anyone.
We don't want like another Angron. We want him to
yeah.
be,
Mate,
you know,
he
different.
comes back with the 13th.
Oh, no, I agree.
or he
Like, I'm
comes
all about
back-
that.
He comes
should
back
come
with
back
the
at the head of the
Yeah,
13th
obviously.
company, which is epic.
How about
But-
two models you could use, like an old man, then slowly throughout the battle he gets transformed or like started turning
So he
into
can
a wolf.
literally
and-
transform.
That I will allow.
That could be kinda
I will
cool.
allow it.
That could be kind of cool,
Like
actually.
Marathi.
Yeah, like Marathi,
Yeah.
like
That'd be
the
sick.
Marathi's old school rules, or the what was his name, like Redmore or something. He was an old Forge World character, one of the
Yeah,
several
Brand
dozen
Redmore.
that
Yeah,
never
yeah.
got a model.
Yeah.
And he turned into a werewolf as he got
Yeah.
wounded.
I mean, that would actually be. kinda
I'll allow
cool.
that
Isn't, like-
because it's representative of him giving in to the bestial nature, and he's trying his best to
Isn't
overcome
the whole
it.
point of a
Maybe we could
loyalist
say
Primax,
trans
though?
wolf physiology or something.
Surely that restraint is what makes them interesting. They
Exactly.
haven't given into the
Yeah.
powers of chaos. He
I
could
mean,
be
look,
a werewolf. but
Never
he's
go
like,
full
nah.
Lupin.
Like, don't get me started on the Wolfen. Me and Fletcher, we've had a full-on discussion about the Wolfen as well.
We've gone in
the other
depth.
day. No, anyway.
We're on two sides of the coin.
Yeah. The wrong side and my side, which is the right side.
I don't think so.
Right.
Next questions.
We've got a few to catch up on here. Max Power, I hope that's your real name.
Wow.
Epic, yeah.
Please.
Inquisitor Heidegger narrative when? Well, let me tell you something. Maybe soon. Maybe.
Heidegger.
Inquisitor Heidegger loves narrative.
Lee Shaw. Thank you for your question. My brain just stopped working. We are live streaming. Hi guys, got me back into the hobby, which got my son into the hobby. Yes.
Amazing.
P.S. The dice tray is great. I'm pleased you received it.
Yay.
Well done, you. I was packing up some of your lodge stuff the other week, everyone. So I may have touched it.
Surprise.
You have DNA now.
Devin Town, many thanks to Chef for inspiration whilst painting 2,000 points of Genestealer cult after 15 years away from the hobby.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah,
In the
amazing.
warp. Matt Portman, supporting Barbados Grey Knights in the league. Just got into the faction
man.
myself. Loving the faction and just hoping for some favourable dice rolls.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm buzzing to say the Grey Knights. I do love the Grey Knights. I think
They're epic.
They're really cool.
they're so
They
cool.
are epic, yeah.
Yeah, they're so unbelievably cool. I would like new models for them. It would be fun one day. Maybe one day we'll get lucky.
Chris Shipway. The new studio is great and all, but I'm sad I won't be able to visit the infamous planter out the back if I ever make it across the pond. Maybe we could take it with us.
We can make
Yeah.
our own garden there.
We have to make our own little cabbage patch. or
Yeah,
something,
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it is just weeds at the moment. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of work to do.
It'll be like the equivalent of the Space Marine at Warhammer World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could come and plant your own cabbage, couldn't you?
Athilmo, thank you for your £5 donation.
Thank you.
Loving all the content, gang. Thanks for everything. Any chance for a Red Corsairs outing at some point?
I do like them.
I do like Corsairs.
Well, yes and no. So we do have a special, our own homebrew Chaos
That's true.
Legion, not Legion, but Chaos chapter or Renegade chapter.
Prophets.
Yeah, the Warp Prophets. They are in progress. We are doing them so that, much like our Obsidian Dragons, we can use some of those, outliers that use their rules at least, but they won't be Red Corsairs per se, but we will be able to use their rules. So yes, in that way, we will. We don't have any plans to actually paint a dedicated Red Corsair army at the moment, because there's so much else to do.
Yes.
But who knows, maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Walker 4IB, which is a great model of walkers, should mention.
Great model of walkers.
Yeah, the 4IB is a really good one. The 3AB, not so good.
Oh, I
4IB.
see.
It's
Yeah.
a big upgrade. Big upgrade.
good.
Nice.
Are you planning to continue the Q&A post-lodge? They've been great. Also, AOS Path to Glory campaign, seeing your warbands grow would be really cool.
It would be very cool.
Are we continuing them? Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah,
we do plan on doing these more regularly. We won't commit to it every week, but we have spoken about in the new studio maybe doing something bi-weekly, so every fortnight we can do
We've
something.
got some plans in the
and
talk
then
show arena.
exactly, and then have it like at a dedicated time where people know and they can come and tune
Yeah,
in. So yes, watch this space. We've got the capability to do it now finally, which is great, and it's nice to be able to talk to you guys. So yes, we will, just not every week.
Great to hear you're all enjoying it though. So
Yeah.
thanks for sticking around.
Robin Blackwell, thank you for your £50 donation.
Wow,
Amazing.
thank you.
Thanks, Robin.
Very
Thank you.
kind. Thank you.
And he says a massive thank you to Fletcher whilst we have him on stream for the Warpaint series of videos. They are packed with tips and have really helped my novice painting. Also, let's
Amazing.
get a time for the Warpaint t-shirt install.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good idea,
Yeah.
actually.
That's good.
That's a good idea.
You're very welcome. It's been really fun to do them, and there's plenty more to come.
Good.
Splendid. Captain Paul, not
Hello.
Lieutenant Paul, the full captain.
Captain.
Surely it would be trans a woman physiology.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
like that,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
That's Katie level comedy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to alarm anyone.
Okay.
John Connor's back.
Oh, here we go.
wow.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
He says, got to go, but we will be back.
Hey!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I have a Terminator isn't chasing you, and that's why you've had to leave the stream. Yeah.
Maybe, well then if that was the case, then he would have said that like, I need to go and you need to come with
That's
me.
true, that's
if
true.
You want to.
You want to live.
That's very
exactly.
true. Yeah.
Very good.
Good work, John.
A couple more before we're caught up. Andy Stewart, we all know Albedo could headbutt a Carnifex. But what do you guys think could stop Albedo? Love seeing you guys become the best 40k channel.
I think Beard could stop Albedo.
Maybe.
But I don't think that matchup could ever happen.
No.
Not because they're the same person.
No.
But it's
No.
just, I don't think Beard and Albedo have ever met.
No.
So I don't think they've got a rivalry set
No.
up.
Yeah. They haven't got it. Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, you've got to remember, Albedo works off of wrestling rules.
Yeah.
There has to be a rivalry in place, otherwise why is he going to fight someone?
Yeah. He needs that. That.
It would be a matchup I'd like to see, though.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, no holds barred.
No husband,
Hell in a Cell.
hardcore Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
No holes.
Much like 1998, where the Undertaker threw himself.
Should be no holes beard.
It would make a great special edition battle report to have El Beardo fight Beard.
That would be very good.
It would be very. That would be a spectacle, but I think that's a long way away on the old stretch goals.
Yeah.
Technically possible. Interesting. Anyway.
I don't even know what to say. LOL Chaos 13, lol. Hey all, hearing y'all talk about AOS and having good laughs makes dealing with COVID a bit easier. Oh, he's got COVID.
Oh,
better
dude.
soon.
Get well soon.
How you feeling, right,
Thank
dude?
you, thank you for some Monday positivity.
Oh, sweet. Well, I hope
welcome.
you're feeling good, dude,
Yeah.
and speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are caught up on the super chats for now.
Yay!
Awesome.
Gang.
We did it.
So what else would we like to highlight and talk about? Well, I can give you a couple of updates actually.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, with regards to the studios themselves. So this past week, since I last did the live stream with you, we've started to get some quotes back for some of the internal fit outs. We had an estimate through our architect before, and with some working from some of the building firms that he was with, and now we're actually talking fit outs. So I mean, it is all really expensive, but it's good because we do have now, of course, the funds to do it. So we're looking at things like air conditioning, because of course we need that for events and for the studios themselves, but we also need to get special types of air conditioning, which can also be quiet. So the ones inside the studio need to be quiet. It's all very expensive. So like that alone, the air conditioning for the venue itself is already £28,000. So that's just air conditioning. So it gives you an idea of just how much this sort of stuff costs.
But when you attend an event, you'll be glad that we've got it.
Yes, you will, yeah.
As will James.
Oh, yeah.
You overheat, don't you?
I get quite warm, as you've probably all seen.
We've had some quotes come back for, we've got a large industrial double garage door in the venue currently, because it was, in theory, this industrial space could be used for, large lorries coming in and so forth, and
like
heavy
farming,
goods. We obviously don't need that, so we're replacing it with a glass frontage and another entrance for the events. So that's coming in at like 15,000 to do all of that as well, just to replace this huge door. But this is what it costs. So yeah, it's good though. We're on track. Thank goodness that. All of you guys have been so generous. Thank you so much for your help. It really is making it possible, because it is a very expensive venture. This is all money on top of having to buy the place in the first place, right? So yeah, we're getting the quotes in. It's coming in roughly what we expected, a bit more for things like the air conditioning, but soon, I'm hoping by next week, we'll actually have the official quotes for the internal structure building, and then we'll have a really much better idea of what the overall cost will be. It will be, if I'm realistic with you guys, over 100,000 anyway, but I've kind of anticipated that, and that's what a lot of the other money and additional money will go towards, as well as things like we'll chuck in an army here, we'll chuck in an army there, etc. But we're on track, and hopefully we can get a firm to start maybe within the next 5 or 6 weeks, which will be really exciting, because then we can start giving you updates of the actual building process itself. I suspect the first thing they'll do is actually extend the floor, because we've got a mezzanine upstairs, but we're putting in a full second floor. That's how we're getting a lot more square feet than we currently have. So yeah, some exciting updates to come. But that's it from me in terms of structural updates and in terms of the league. So if you guys have any more questions before we go, feel free to fire away.
Yes, we have about 10 minutes left. So if you guys want to get some questions in, please feel free to do so in the super chat. Moses, thank you for your £20 contribution.
Thank you
very much. Thank you.
Moses says, thank you for your success with all of your future plans. Wondering what your intentions are for cast of players? Question mark, exclamation mark, question
Popular
mark,
one,
question
that
mark,
today.
exclamation mark.
Every live stream you've been asked about it.
Yeah.
Love that
Why don't
show.
you take this one, Chef?
So cast of players will be returning. I will conservatively say that we're not starting it until we've moved to the new studio.
Yes.
Because it's just, as Lawrence mentioned earlier, it's a real pain to do it here. Yeah. But we do have some plans in place to make it both more accessible for everyone, as well as a better overall filming environment. But what a lot of you love about the sort of original cast of players will remain. We will be using, like, all of us will be sort of in character. We're all going to be having a right laugh with it. We're going to be using like the battle grids, like models, the whole shebang, right?
Yeah.
In the run up to it as well, I'm also planning on releasing articles and documents about the world itself, because we're returning to Valtor, which is my homebrew world, so that you guys can follow along in terms of the storyline, what's happened so far, timelines, a bit of history of the world, how various mechanics, sort of, in-universe mechanics work. Things like organizations and the races and the religions and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to be releasing a bunch of stuff like that. And I'm also looking at doing some additional videos. Again, if we have time, because everything is very busy, that sort of revolve around the players themselves and the characters that we're looking at doing. We do also have some behind the scenes stuff with regards to cast of players that we're looking at working on in the run up to it, but that's secret projects and whatnot. But yes, so effectively we are going to be returning to Valtor, and there will be sort of some primers and updates to come in the run up to that. So when it all kicks off, it's going to kick off in full flow. It's going to be very, very cool.
And the aim is to then have an episode released every week as well. So it's got a really good format in mind for it. I think it's going to take what was already really good and just make it, honestly, I think, at least twice as good, in a much more consumable way as well, which is good. And then we've got, we only scratched the surface towards the end of the last campaign. We've got an incredible amount of beautiful terrain by Dwarven Forge. And we've got some incredible miniatures as well, that we can do some really, really lovely B-roll stuff with, which you'll get a lot more of in this new series. So you'll be really getting that, immersion. that immersion and that board game element along with the role playing as well. So it's very exciting. It's definitely happening. I think that's the takeaway from this. Like, we're definitely continuing to produce that show. It's close to all of our hearts here. It's just been a logistics thing.
The wheels are in motion.
Yeah, the wheels are in motion. There is a way, I haven't actually said this to you guys before, there is a way that we could start filming it before we move, funnily enough, because I'm changing a couple of bits, thanks again to your generosity, so I'm able to upgrade some of our existing equipment in here, which would enable me to make it a little bit more feasible to film, but we wouldn't have cool things like the tavern, and I would kind of like to start in the tavern and stay in the tavern.
Because the thing is as well, with any D&D campaign, you always meet in an inn.
You do.
So
it's where every party meets.
Like,
that's what happens.
I mean, it's where a lot of parties start as well, quite literally. I think also from like a viewer experience as well, just to avoid that kind of jarring nature, we will sort of start it off properly at the studio. Maybe we could do some stuff beforehand, maybe little teasers. Maybe little.
We could do back character.
That'd be very cool.
Primers.
Round table type stuff. Like there's scope for a lot of options. But it will happen. It will come. Your patience will be rewarded greatly.
D&D treats in store.
Yes.
Right, we got a couple of questions just to close off this session. R. Sharad, all the way from Japan.
Hello.
Thanks from Japan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In Japan.
In Japan.
And the rest of it?
Well,
what's the rest of it?
My Metaslay t-shirt arrived at the weekend. Yeah, boys! Metaslay t-shirt's the best. They're also available now in a hoodie. For anyone that is interested in extra Metaslayer gubbins. I'm going to wear it at a local tournament in a month. That's good news for you because you'll probably win now. It also says Harlequins, baby!
Nice.
And also looks forward, is looking forward to visiting the lodge soon, which is a long way from Japan.
Absolutely.
That will be a trek, but it will be a mighty worthy one. Your quest will be glorious.
Appreciate your pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage indeed. Chris Shipway.
Hi, Chris.
Interesting comment here from Chris. The YouTube community seems very interconnected, full of collabs just to mention, except for you, kind of standing off to the side. What's up with that?
Could you clarify what you mean by interconnected?
I'm presuming it's sort of like channels coming together to do battle reports and
Oh, well, like collaboration stuff?
Yeah, collabs.
We've done collabs. Actually, we did a lot of collabs, especially towards the beginning of the channel, probably the first 3 or 4 years. Honestly, since we moved to Bath, where we used to be based in London, we're a little bit more accessible by a variety of different channels. But since moving to Bath, we've been so busy creating our own content. Like I think one of the things which makes us stand out is we release a lot of videos, because bear in mind, we've got on demand, where we release a minimum of 3 videos a week, often more. And then on top of that, we release a video every week on YouTube, and sometimes more as well. And what we've found in the past is with collaborations, they just take more time. They just take more time. And so we just don't have the time currently. But again, because of the new studio, when we move, that will be a massive help. It will enable us to free up, because we can carry on filming our own stuff in one studio and then perhaps do a collab or a different type of game or a specialist something in the studio next to us. And actually, speaking of collabs, I actually do have a couple already planned.
There's a few things in the works.
Yeah, I'm in talks. So Stephen Box and I from Vanguard Tactics are up for doing something. Got something with Siege Studios, which is brewing as well. So yeah, there's always stuff going on behind the scenes.
I think it's also worth pointing out as well that a lot of YouTube channels are very much like us. They're a business. Like if they come and do a collab with us, that's a video that they're not producing, and therefore income that they could be potentially losing.
Yeah.
And vice versa goes the same thing. So I think it is just a case of everyone's just super busy. It's also, I don't think, and I know I've mentioned this before, like, you guys will see like here's a video. Oh, Tabletop Tactics have released a video. It's an hour and 20 video. That's my Saturday morning cartoon. That took us nearly 3 days to make. So now do that 3-4 times a week, and now combine that with another channel that is doing exactly the same thing. All of a sudden, it's like, well, who's gonna give type thing? Like, so it's now it is a shame, because I know that Titans were over recently.
Just couldn't.
Some of it is
we couldn't fit them
scheduling
in.
stuff.
I think because we had people away on holiday, and it was just, it's just one of those things of sometimes the stars don't align, especially for the international community as well.
Because you've got to come across to the UK and then geographically work your way around the UK.
Well, I do have Scary. I've got Scary.
Scary's coming on.
He's actually booked in next week, so there is a collab that's actually happening really soon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I hope that answers your question. Our schedule is bonkers.
Yes, yes, it is. Living
is painful
a full
sometimes.
lock of hair, because I'm surprised I still do.
Stuart Skyfe.
Hi, Stuart.
We'll go with Skyfe.
Oh, Stuart.
Can't wait to come to throw some dice at the new venue. Us too.
At the walls
sure.
or
You'd be very
inside
Let
it?
me in! Siege! Klaus Bertelsen. Thank you for your awesome content. Really awesome battle reports where, most importantly, you all look like you have so much fun. We do have
We do. We have a lot of
Tend to have fun with a game, yes.
Lee Shaw, so be in touch my dice tray. That explains all the ones. Can I swap it for a new one? No refunds! Where are we? Jack Beeman.
Hey, Jack.
Dice Tray and Meta Slayer have arrived. Ran out the tray last weekend and went 3-2 with World Eaters. Can confirm it makes a very satisfying sound.
Very
Doesn't it just?
Respectable score.
The sound of luxury. Also, Klaus has contributed in Danish kroner, which is really fun.
Thank you very
We've got
much.
Danish and Norwegian. Can we get Swedish kroner as well at some point in the chat? Thank you.
The 3 coronas.
Guess what? Gil Edgar,
Corona?
Swedish kroner, baby! Swedish kroner! Yay! Thank you. Also 30k. Need awesome battle reports. Listen. Do you know how long it takes to do all this stuff?
Yeah.
We need like 6 armies. I can only deal with 2 battle systems at a time. Age of Sigmar and 40k is tough. But in all seriousness, like it's a lot.
Yeah, Heresy, because Heresy's big games, you've got 18 different legions, plus the Custodes, plus the Admech, plus Knights. We could do a little bit of overlap, but not really, because a lot of our stuff just doesn't fit the Heresy theme, the Heresy aesthetic, that's the word. Then you kind of go on the basis of, okay, cool, well, this army has 30 tactical marines in it. times that by 18.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tactical marines that are just going to sit on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because realistically, you want to see the Primarchs and the cool Terminators and all the unique stuff.
Yeah.
But you still kind of need the tactical marines to make the army legal.
Yes.
And also, how long is that going to take?
How long would that
Yes.
take, Fletcher? To paint up 4.5? How many points do we reckon we need for each army? About 6,000 for variety?
You need 6,000 for
Yeah.
So
for
call it
variety.
7,500 for heresy because they're bigger
Yeah.
generally. So cool. What's that? 18. So you're looking at, I don't know, 120,000 points worth of Marines, Fletcher.
It would take a while.
Day or two? Couple days.
We have talked about some one-offs though.
Yeah, so we do. I think the way I'd like to approach heresy, so I think it would be cool to do some stuff for it in the future, is approach it from the more cinematic side rather than just producing lots of games.
Create some
for
scenarios.
It. Yeah, you know, like recreate the Battle of Isfahan 4 or, you know, whatever
Let's
it might
do
be.
the Flight of the Eisenstein.
Yeah, you know, that would be cool. And that requires a lot, you know, very specific painting, you know, of two legions to make work, and that's much more doable.
Yeah.
And then over time, as you build stuff up, then, you know, you can start doing more stuff in the future.
I'll have a Sons of Horus army,
Yeah.
my own personal one.
Yeah.
So
It's very similar in a way to the 40k armies that we have. None of these were done overnight. This is the culmination of 8 years or so.
Many moons. Yeah.
And there's still stuff we just don't own.
Yeah.
Still don't have Space Wolves.
Still don't have Bellicor.
What's up with that?
Still don't have Zinch Demons.
Yeah.
Still don't have like Rats.
Still don't really have Corn Demons, to be
Don't have
honest.
Corn
true,
Demons.
yeah.
Like you don't own any
No,
Rats.
don't really own any
There's a
rats.
bunch of
Not
Orc
much
stuff we
Coven,
don't have.
I mean, obviously, we'd love to have a full White Scars army.
Of
We'd love
course,
to have
yeah,
a full
of
Blood Riders army.
course.
Again, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, we build it up over time. And
we are
then-
plugging the gaps.
Yeah,
they're
100%.
getting there.
Yeah.
They're getting there, for sure.
Right, 2 more before we close off today's stream, everyone. Thank you for
Done.
everyone that's got in touch, and thank you for adding to the pool of plenty.
Guys.
The gold-plated toilet will be a wonderful addition. George Hatch, thank you for the £17.99.
Thank you, George.
you
Thank you,
very
George.
much.
Hope you're all keeping well with the current world situation. I mean, there's a lot to think about.
Yes.
There's
Thank
a lot
you for
going on.
smashing out the park with the large campaign. Anyone doing Cities of Sigmar for Age of Sigmar?
We hope so at some point.
We're probably going to hold off on them though
Yeah.
because we know that they're getting a new.
Yeah, because they announced some really cool like artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
A little
I
while
think they
ago.
did some 3D renders as well, like they did with the sisters. Yeah, I think they said like, oh, here's what some of the accessories are going to look like, and it was like,
Well, because a lot of that
Very
range
exciting.
is just original.
yeah. I mean, it is literally
Yeah.
like I think the
They're
handgunners
old,
are 1998.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll definitely as soon as the army is released and
100%, yeah.
announced, that's one of the things that see as opposed to doing a heresy army, we need to be ready for new things that drop as well. So yeah, we will be doing it. I'm not sure who's going to play it yet.
I mean, if there's plastic Bretonians, I think me and Beard will probably fight over them.
There are plastic Bretonians. They're called the Flesh Eater Courts.
I know, but I want them in Knightly Armor.
But they're not. They won't be in Cities of Sigmar.
Oh, why? Give me the
Bretonia is dead, much like my beloved Tomb Kings.
That's
It's very
true,
sad.
yeah.
We need the Green Knight back.
Very nice.
Green
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah. It's
I'm
true.
teleporting through this wood. Surprise!
Right, last question. Russell is back.
Hello.
Hey, Russ.
Would you consider having a side character or guests appear in cast of players?
You're not the first to ask that.
Oh, we've discussed this at length.
I'm not going to say no. It's not impossible. It would really come down. There's a number of factors. One, like we're filming to a schedule. So it's much like with the collabs thing. We can't just drop everything and go, oh, we're going to do this now, and we've got to wait on this person to be available on that day. We just can't. Literally can't do that. We have paid customers, you know, on-demand subscribers that are expecting X amount of releases a week. So that's issue number one.
We
As
could
you
do
know-
Horus Heresy in that regard. We just go, you just
Yeah.
won't get anything for a year whilst we all paint stuff.
But, you know, in a cast of players type scenario, if, say, you know, someone had been watching the current campaign and maybe they wanted to come in and guest and take over one of the NPCs, or maybe they've got a really cool idea and they've spoken with Chef and they think they can come. Yeah, like, you know, it could be possible, but it would require planning, and obviously it would require us to be, you know, that person to be known to us, and we would have, because we'd have to plan it together at that point.
Yeah, it would need to be a collaborative thing between myself as Dungeon Master as well as Lawrence in terms of making sure that it can be scheduled in. Because it also wouldn't be fair on you guys to go like, oh yeah, no, like this sounds really cool. Like we like me and John have spoken loads about this character concept that I think he's got a really good idea on and I think he would really bring that really cool element into this sort of aspect of the show that we're about to hit in about 3 episodes time. So John, I need you to stop doing whatever it is you're doing for the next 3 weeks because you're going to be filming with us. And you go, but I have a full-time job, and you go, well, so it's not necessarily easy because you're looking at a lot of stars that would need to align.
Not impossible, but
it would be quite quite
it's an undertaking.
But never say never.
No.
So
Indubitably. That's the end of... Oh, sorry, there is one more. Okay. Augusto Fioretti is back.
Hey.
Hello.
The recreation of Horus Heresy battles sound fun, but what about the recreation of any battle of the biggest hero in the Imperium, Cyphers Cain?
Oh, I love Cyphers Cain. I really love the books. Really love the books. Have you read any of the Cyphers Cain? You've not, have you?
No, I've read it. I think I've read... okay. I've never read any Gaunt's Ghosts.
Oh my goodness.
I can't find them.
Oh my goodness.
It's like with Heresy, I look at it and I just kind of go, you know what? I just do not have the time to read 100 books.
But they're so easy to read.
No, I know Gaunt's Ghosts is like...
And they are brilliant. Anyway, I highly recommend. I've not read the last 2 Gaunt's Ghosts, to be fair, but I've read the rest.
But I have read, I think, the first 2 Cyphers Cain books. But I mean, we're talking... many years ago now, so I can't really remember.
Well, Cyphers Cain is like Gaunt's Ghosts, except it's got a bit more of the sort of comedy.
Yeah, it's the comedy.
It's got some dark humour in it. But yeah, it's brilliant. Would I love to do something with Cyphers Cain? Yeah, of course. I don't know. We don't even have the Cyphers Cain. I think, didn't Black Library do us?
They did like a one-off.
Special edition
I think
model
they did a
of it.
one-off at one point,
Yeah.
like a while ago.
I've forgotten his. I've forgotten the psychic null, the blank that's his friend, the Valhallan soldier with the melter gun. I don't know if they did a model for him as well. Anyway, I think it's like Jürgen or something.
Is it Jürgen?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Because it's been years since I read them as well now. Anyway, yes, it would be cool. We don't have to model. We've got nothing planned currently, but in the future, I'd love to do things like that.
Very cool.
That, my friends, is the end of our questions, and therefore the end of the stream.
And that's the end of our show.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We loved speaking with you.
Jürgen.
Here's Jürgen. Good, I remember.
Jürgen. Got a Jürgen.
Got a Jürgen, that's it. So we will be back probably next week, or if not, then we will do a final update at the end of the lodge, which is on the 22nd of August. For now, you're going to start seeing some really cool upgrades and changes pretty much in the next 3 weeks. So that's before we even move to the studio. So we've now been able to I've been able to start buying some of the upgraded equipment that we've wanted for a long time, which is ludicrously expensive.
We can use it early.
We can use it early, exactly. We don't have to wait till we move to start using that. So that's good. So that's it from me, Chef, Fletcher, Bud, and Beard from Behind the Deck. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.